It's October 1st here today. Me and Hayden are back out on Urban, sitting in a stand that me and Isaac actually hunted here last week. We had a pretty good sit when we were here last time. We seen like 10 does and fawns, a few bucks. Statewide opens today in Iowa. So we're gonna sit here this morning and then gonna hunt one of my permission farms here tonight. And we're pretty excited to get in the stand there. We're after a really good buck on that piece. So we're just in here this morning hoping, hey, we got a deer right behind us. A doe. We got a doe right here. It's about 9 o'clock here now. It's been a pretty slow morning. Just seen a couple deer this morning. That's about it. Wind never really died down, which I think is kind of putting a dampener on the movement this morning. But we're gonna get down here, head back to the house, and be making a move this afternoon on a buck on my permission piece, so I'm pretty excited to get in and get my first sit of the year in there, and hopefully we can connect on him tonight. But kind of a disappointing morning here in Urban. Alright, we just got set up here this afternoon. It is the first day of season here in Iowa, statewide. Sitting in a new permission farm tonight. First time hunting it ever. Pretty excited for it. We came out here about a month ago. A little over a month ago, I should say. We came out here, put some cameras out, put some mock scrapes out, a couple stand sets trimmed out. And been just basically monitoring this farm the last few weeks. We got one pretty solid buck in here. It's a big 9-pointer we call Cricket. Call him Cricket because Brennan's hunting a buck this year. He's called him Verizon, so hence the name. But we've had a decent amount of photos of him. This was all like standing CRP when we came in here and scouted it. And actually, like a week and a half ago, they came in and farmer actually mowed it all or baled it. I think that might have changed some things up on here, because when we first came in here, walking through this grass, we were actually bumping quite a few deer. I think these deer were actually bedding a lot in the CRP. We have timber to the north here, and I think that they've kind of transitioned into that. We got a lot of standing crop around, so I'm sure some deer are laying out in those fields also, though. But I'm really hoping we can get eyes on at least on this buck tonight, and maybe at least learn something as far as how we're gonna hunt this farm in the coming weeks. Another one behind him. What's that deer behind him?
Down. Got me down.
I'm happy with them. Really excited to put a wrap on a quick North Dakota season for myself.
Holy smokes. That is a heck of a deer.
Well, it's the morning of October 2nd. I got Hayden behind the camera with me this morning. It's a beautiful morning. 45 degrees this morning, clear skies, high pressure. One thing we got going against us right now is it's dead calm. Wind's kind of like, it's light and variable. It's coming out of the east a little bit. We had a little buck come right down this tractor path. He was going to come right down the pipe here, and he ended up catching a whiff of us. Our wind right now is just drifting that way. It's supposed to be a southwest, blowing back behind my shoulder. So hopefully the sun starts coming up and pushing our wind where it's supposed to be. But good start to the morning. We bumped the doe coming in and seen that little buck. We're just sitting over a bottom. Kind of next few days are kind of more going to be observation sits, kind of try and figure something out. Like I said, I don't got anything really that I want to chase right now, so we're going to sit a bunch of different pieces of public land and glass over these bottoms, see if we can find something going to bed and put a move on them. So we're going to sit tight here this morning, enjoy the morning, and hopefully see some deer. Deer moving everywhere this morning. See where the two cornfields are split. It's a decent one, not big, but decent. I hope they come out, give us a little show here. Bigger one's going left now. I think he's coming out. Oh, that's sick. Like curling. just had a freaking awesome hunt this morning, October 2nd. Well, we started out, we had 2 little bucks. We had a little buck over here, and then a little buck over here, and they kind of met in the middle. They've sparred forever, and then I caught a glimpse of another buck that peeked his head out there, and it was a nice 8-point. And then right behind him was a really nice buck. I mean, a beautiful buck, and they worked in perfectly. The 2 bucks ended up working to the 2 little bucks fighting, and then all the deer worked in here. 40 yards, he was hitting a scrape. Then he came in and made another scrape. The little buck stayed right there, and he worked perfectly right here, 25 yards. I just passed the biggest deer in my life. But just a huge stepping stone for me as a hunter. Like, God, it feels just as good to pass a deer like that than to shoot one. And I know there's going to be some big bucks showing up on this public land and on my permission pieces, and it just feels awesome to pass a deer like that and to have a hunt like this on October 2nd. Man, I'm shooken up. That was awesome. I'm excited for the rest of the season. Well, it's October 7th. It's a beautiful morning. Clear skies, high pressure, cold temps. It's just money. We've already seen a boatload of deer. We had a really, really nice 8-point come in. Just behind us, he worked in and ended up getting downwind of us. Probably 75 yards out, and he stood there forever. But we have had a shit show of a morning because we're having a lot of camera equipment malfunctions, and it's not going well. I don't know what Dane was able to get of that buck, but that lens is just giving us fits. It wasn't allowing him to zoom in on the deer and rack focus, so he was punched out pretty far, so wasn't sure what he was able to get, but it was probably a 130 inch 8-point, really nice 8-point. But we're gonna try and make it work. It's about 7:30 now. We got a lot of good morning left here. So we're gonna sit tight and see what else the morning brings. A little update here on the morning. It's 8:40 right now. We just spotted that split 2's buck and his sidekick 8. Just 300 yards out in his bottom. They must have been bedded. They stood up and then they bedded back down. So we've seen 3 really good bucks this morning. It's good to see where they're bedding it out here, because I bet another buck will bed there at some point. I've seen them bed in another spot out here too. It's just like a very overlooked spot. People wouldn't think the deer bedding out here because the grass isn't that tall. But they definitely are. We really haven't seen much moving around in a little while now. Just seen them once get up from the bed, but we'll probably give her another 30-40 minutes. Let things calm down and then slip out of here. Gotta put up the semi-live today, and then we'll be back out this evening. Not sure what we're gonna do this evening yet, but we'll come up, we'll do some gameplay.